I always say, if the house smells like cat urine, it smells like mint, okay? You're minting money. So as we go down here, so this is welcome to the shit show here. Essentially what a vendor take-back mortgage is, essentially the way you look at it is the seller of the home then acts as the bank, okay? It's all about speed in this game. I don't want anybody to slow me down, especially the banks. For those of you just getting into the investor game, if there's a VTB, jump all over it, okay? Jump all over it. Our goal is to get $1,800 a month plus utilities, and this basement suite will get us, so now we're already at 3,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. This is a huge project, and you're killing it, dude.
Yeah,
you're actually killing it.
Oh,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is
What is up, YouTube? Matt McKeever here, and have you ever wondered what happens to those great deals you hear and see about on the Wholesale Wars? That's another video series we do here on my YouTube channel. Well, you're in luck. Today we caught up with one of the buyers of our wholesale deals and just had him break down the numbers exactly for us and show us how it can truly be a win-win-win situation for the seller, for the wholesaler, as well as the real estate investor. So in today's video, we catch up with the 7-2 investor, and he breaks down for us exactly why he wanted this wholesale deal, why he doesn't mind sharing the pie with a wholesaler, and just exactly how he's going to make money on this opportunity. This is a great lesson that anyone can get into real estate investing. Mark has a truly inspiring story, and I'm really excited to get to share a glimpse of it. And if you didn't know, he's also a member of Cashflow Tribe. So this was a deal that was actually done as part of being Cashflow Tribe. So it's exciting to see the tribe succeeding. So I'm really excited to break down the numbers today, and we have a special interviewer, Shaheer from my team, who's actually the wholesaler that sold 7-2 investor this deal. So this really comes full circle. Maybe you've seen Shaheer on some of my other YouTube channel videos or on the Wholesale Wars. But anyways, this is a great deal. We're going to dive deep into the numbers. Then we've got a property tour for you. Let's dive into it.
Hey guys, it's Shaheer, and I know what you're probably wondering. I've seen this guy on Matt's YouTube channel before. I'm actually a wholesaler out of London, Ontario. I'm here with my good friend, 7-2 real estate investor, and right now we're actually at one of his properties that I wholesaled him, and we're gonna be breaking down some of the numbers and techniques that he used to attain this property and will be using in the very near future to get and expand his portfolio.
This was a killer deal, so at this point I'm not too upset with this gentleman for charging me such a big wholesale fee, because when you see how the numbers pan out, it was well worth it. So with this property, it's a very interesting property. We came through it. Actually, I got pushed by my buddy James Fernandez. I pushed him to get one of Mike's deals, and he pushed me to get this one. We weren't sure, but you know what? The numbers made sense. When you walked in this property, it was like, what are we getting ourselves into? You know, it was a VTB, which you can't go wrong. So vendor take-back mortgage, and on top of that, I mean, I always say, if the house smells like cat urine, it smells like mint, okay? You're minting money, okay? So we had all of that. In fact, unfortunately, the owner of this property really got played a bad hand, and they were breeding pit bulls. I think there was some dog fighting. This place was actually vacant for 2 years. The notice of violations were bigger than Bobby Brown's rap sheet. I mean, it was like this, right? As you guys say, right? Problems are profits, right? With this property, I said, hey, the numbers make sense. People within my network said, hey, the numbers make sense. Let's do this. So the purchase price on this property was $180K. And remember, this is a VTB, okay? So we'll talk about that in a second. The wholesale fee was $20K. Okay, still waiting on my dinner for that. The down payment on this property, I had to come up with 10 points. 10 points on this. So at the end of the day, I had to come up with $18K as my down payment. What was nice about this, it's a VTB, so I'm actually getting seller financing. So for 12 months, I'm getting seller financing on the mortgage of 180 minus 18, so $162,000 for 12 months at 6 points, which is excellent. So anytime there's a VTB, I'll always jump at the opportunity, because at that point, I'd rather be dealing with the owner for financing, establish a relationship, the network, and so forth.
Sorry for interrupting you for a second. I know a lot of the viewers that are currently watching have no idea on what a VTB is. So can you break down what the 12 months and the 6%
Sure.
and what that really means?
Of course, that'd be great. So essentially what a vendor take-back mortgage is, essentially the way you look at it is the seller of the home then acts as the bank, okay? Now there's multiple reasons why that might be an advantage for the seller, and there's obviously advantages for the buyer. Now, a lot of times people get so fixated on this interest rate. This is meaningless. This is the cost of doing business, okay? If I have to go to any of the other banks, they gotta pull a credit, they're gonna limit me on how many mortgages I can get, and it's just not worth it. And it's all about speed in this game. I don't want anybody to slow me down, especially the banks. So anytime I can get the owner to act as the bank, it's actually a huge advantage for me, but it's also a huge advantage for them. If the owner of this home was getting close to retirement, or let's just say he had a business, or what have you, end up selling this property, the CRA is gonna be all over him because he's gonna be hit with the massive capital gains tax. There are some advantages by doing a vendor take-back mortgage in that he can actually spread that cost over the next number of years. So the hit isn't gonna be as bad. Plus he gets the benefit of me not only paying down his mortgage, but also making a few points extra. So actually it's a win-win because we've already negotiated on his price beforehand. We're getting 6 points, and then when the 12 months come up, we can sit down and have a discussion again. Perhaps you want to renegotiate this, maybe go for another year at another interest rate, or perhaps I'll want to buy it directly from him. So that's basically a vendor take back. So anytime there's a vendor take back, I think there's huge advantages. For those of you just getting into the investor game, if there's a VTB, jump all over it, okay? Jump all over it. So hopefully that answers your question with what VTB is. So here we have, so we're at 180 plus 20, so the total price is now $200,000. Our reno estimate, what we're doing with this property is very, very unique, and we're gonna do a tour here soon. This property is unique because when we got this property, like I said, it was vacant for 2 years. Notice of violations like this. So we just said, hey, let's just, gut the whole basement out is what we're gonna do first of all. Number two is, it's all about forced appreciation. That's what it comes down to. A lot of homes here may only have 2 bedrooms, 1 bath on one level, and then maybe putting another 1 bedroom, 1 bath in the basement. What we wanted to do here was we looked at the space and wanted to analyze what we can do with the space. So we actually found an attic up here, and with the attic we actually converted it to actually a 3rd bedroom. We now have on the upper level 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. That alone will net us probably, or I shouldn't say net us, but gross us about $1,800 a month plus utilities. Okay, that is just the main level and that 1 bedroom upstairs. So 3 bedroom, 1 bath. And how I know I can get $1,800 is because I own a few other properties down around the block here that I'm getting around that $1,800 a month. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is we do have the basement unit. Now the basement unit has a separate entrance. It has all the windows we need. I'm actually going to put 2 bedrooms in there, a full kitchen, and I'm going to actually get this license as a duplex. So now I'm actually forcing a depreciation on this property. So now I'm going to have a total of 5 bedrooms, 2 bath with separate laundry. So the renovation cost estimate right now I have is $60K, and that's for the upper and lower. Okay, where we are for timelines, upper, my GC tells me that we're going to be hitting the upper unit on the market is going to be around March 15th. Okay, so our plan is to get tenants in there and they can help seed part of that renovation cost in the basement. Then the lower, the priority there is probably having it ready by May. And the reason we want to have it by May is for students. Students are going to be coming in. That's a perfect time. So they're actually looking right now. I've been very fortunate that most of my properties, if not all of them, I've actually secured tenants mid-renos and get them to be part of that decision-making process with paints, layout, and they actually take ownership of that, which actually works out really well, and you still get a pretty penny on the rent.
Are you going to be renting this per room?
We're going to see how it goes. Ideally, I'd like to have everybody on just 1 lease or 2 separate leases and so forth. The numbers have to work out, but number 2 is, you know what, I don't want to deal with any headaches either. So it really has to come down to play with that. But if I can get someone to put a lease together for 2 people in a basement, I'll jump at that any day of the week. So let's just say May, and I'll say around May 1st is really our goal. Our goal is to get $1,800 a month plus utilities, and this basement suite will get us, so now we're already at $3,000. So if you guys have watched any of Matt McKeever's videos, and the golden rule is always that 1% rule, we're destroying that 1% rule already. But I'm not finished yet. We actually have a garage here that has electricity. So one of my goal is I'm gonna start renting that out probably for another $150 a month. So if you look at what the potential with this property is, I'm already at $3,150. This property is gonna be a min press, okay? Strategy here is gonna be a long-term tenant, long-term rental. I've done the analysis on looking at short-term. This area doesn't the amount of rent versus short-term rent I'm going to get on it, it's just easier going with a long-term rental, because if I do a short-term rental, yeah, there are some huge advantages. You can kick tenants out, you can rent more of a different type of business model, but when I factor in the utilities that I got to cover them on my own, it changes the game. So this is going to be my strategy to begin with.
How did you factor that strategy based on this problem?
So a couple things is talking to people amongst the network. Okay, I spent quite a bit of time analyzing this property with one of my coaches, Corey McKinnon. So there's a plug for you. And lastly is there's actually a website called AirDNA, and what that does is it's a great research-based website. It is subscription-based, and you pay monthly monthly, and it will actually analyze the property for you and tell you how well it will do month to month to month. And there's no way I could be bringing in $31.50 as an Airbnb. So this is why I decided to go with long-term rental. The beauty about this property though is we're a 4-minute drive to Fanshawe. So if it's 2 people moving in together or 3 people coming in together, which I've done in some of my other properties, it's on a lease together, you can have a transient population going through, a transient tenant pool, so to speak, which is really nice because then someone coming in, they're already paying the higher rents as it is, and I can still dictate that higher if I want to. I'm not being handcuffed by, you know, the 2.2% that's this year, for example, with the rent control. So I do have options that way. So really at the end of the day, what are the comps? So I know James did a video, Fernandez did a video, and we're all basing everything on what someone else's sale price in the network, Alex Solga, and he just sold his duplex, which is just literally across that traffic light, just on the other side there, and it's a duplex, licensed duplex. I can't remember correctly if it's 2-bedroom above and then 1 bedroom in the main basement. But he just sold that for a whopping $390,000. Okay, in this property, I'm going to be in $260,000. So just based on that, I'm looking at $130,000.
You're gonna take me out to lunch for that.
McDonald's Happy Meal. You got to eat, man. There we go. Okay, it's $130,000. So any day of the week, I can take this now, go back to the bank after 12 months and saying, hey, let's do an appraisal. And this is, like I said, it's a mint press.
Thank you so much, 7-2 Real Estate Investor.
My pleasure.
For breaking everything down one by one, piece by piece. Right now, we're about to actually go inside and tour the entire property. And 7-2 Real Estate Investor here is gonna break things down and make sure that he shows us the ins and outs of what a real estate investor's construction life is about. So also, you can also follow him on 7-2 Real Estate Investor on Instagram, as well as me. You could find me on Sheer Ethic on Instagram as well. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. We love replying to your questions. So guys, let's go on in and tour the place.
Cashflow Tribe.
Hey YouTube, have you checked out Cashflow Tribe yet? It doesn't matter whether you're an experienced, seasoned investor or brand new to the game. I can probably predict if you're currently not having the level of success you want as a real estate investor, it's due to one thing. That one thing is you're not making enough offers, plain and simple. You need to be making more offers as a real estate investor if you want to hit those big, audacious goals that you're setting for yourself. So here's the deal. Cashflow Tribe, that's the community that myself and Ben were making together. And so Ben's actually so busy trying to provide value to you guys that he had to take off there. But here's the deal. Cashflow Tribe is really a one-of-a-kind community focused on results. That's the difference between us and everyone else. We want to get you guys those results. I'm tired of seeing people commenting on my YouTube channel for 2-3 years now, but they're not making offers. What's holding you back? I'm going to guess that it's either a lack of confidence or a lack of competence. And we cover both of those things in Cashflow Tribe. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you guys a 7-day free trial offer. You can join Cashflow Tribe completely free, get it tested out. If you like it, great, stay and pay. If you don't, well, I hope you at least find one great idea that you can take away and use to start making more offers, gain more deals, and finally start making the money related to real estate investing that's probably why you're watching my YouTube channel. So let's do this, guys. Let's make 2020 your year.
Cashflow Tribe.
We're outside the house. We got 7-2 right here. So tell me what's going on with the front fascia.
Okay, yeah, so up here, we're gonna redo all of this. I mean, the bones are pretty good. Initially, I was thinking about removing all the windows here. Because I said, hey, keep a nice open, keep like a patio type of feel. Nice. But actually what's nice about that, because we're on a busy street here, it actually blocks out the noise and the wind. So in the winter, if someone wants to go just hang out there, read something, they can do that. You can see it's not cut out.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the issue we're gonna have here. So I might have to do a secondary dwelling in the basement instead of a duplex. Because just to cut this block off right here for the city to approve it, that's gonna cost me about $5 grand. Just to cut that piece of concrete. We've got 3 vehicles for parking here. And then you have your garage that we're gonna use for someone's storage. Probably put some outside lights on there. There used to be security in there, security cameras and that kind of stuff. That was probably just protecting the person's garden at one point in time. It's as much as I say I wanna treat this like my own property, at the end of the day, it is a rental property. And if I can go guns a-blazing and spend thousands and thousands of dollars, it does not change the rent. The rent is the rent is the rent. The market dictates that. I can put granite and marble slabs on this. Again, the market dictates the price of the home. So you have to be very strategic on your renos. So here, strategic renos, we're adding a extra bedroom upstairs. That was strategic because you're adding value on the appraisal side. So, and again, you have to know the area you're in.
That's very true.
If I was out, in your Windermere, for example, well, if you don't have granite countertops, well, yeah, your house is not going to show that well because every else house does. So, anyways, it's again knowing the area, right? So on the side here, there's a closet there.
Yeah.
So here we're going to put some pot lights in here. We did take out all the rads. You can see they're all stacked up here. These were all essentially toast when we got them all cracked up. So we are installing a boiler system here. I'd say the biggest cost in this property is going to be adding a new boiler system, and that's
How much is that?
It's about $12,000. What is interesting about these properties though is these are like properties from the 1940s. I have a property that was built in 1882, I think it was. And as much as I want to take down walls, but as soon as you take down a wall, you don't know what's behind that wall to open it. And now you do know. So whether you're finding asbestos, now you know about it. You can't deny that. I mean, some people will. That's not my style, it's about integrity. So if I know it's there, then I gotta figure something about how to get rid of it. So we have to be very careful when we're taking down walls and so forth. But we want to do it right the first time. So as we were, removing some walls, we found that they had some knob and tube electrical. So that's a big no-no now. So that's delayed us probably about 10 days because now we've got to remove all the knob and tube, which is fine. Also, you can see here, we ripped out all the original, there's laminate here. We found the original hardwood flooring actually. So there's no subfloor here. So you can actually see right there, beautiful flooring. So we're gonna have to refinish this. So that area is gonna be more of a living area and so forth. This area was actually, there's a door right here. But
That knob and tube right there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And that's live, right?
That's all killed.
That's all cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you have, see on the side there, we took down that wall because there was a door that went through here, but this beautiful brick was actually hidden. So, and my general contractor knows, if I know there's brick in the house, I definitely want to show it. So we did find this brick, which is just beautiful, make it look pretty. Look down the ceilings, you can see there's probably a grease fire. There was definitely a grease fire at one point in time. You can see that from there. So this is all built for the knob and tube. So this is a decent sized bedroom with a closet, which is nice. So in here, it's more cosmetic. We're gonna put some hot lights in here as well, too. You can see the original baseboard. I love that. Just love that baseboard. And look at the original doors too. These are solid, right? So if we can keep these, we're gonna keep them for sure. Yeah, keep it simple, right? And then on this side here, we have another bedroom. So we call it the pink room. So when I got the keys to this property, this room and the light were actually spray painted pink for whatever reason. So this is all, there you go, you're hired. Your wholesale gig doesn't work for you? You give me my paint scraper. You can see the original wallpaper hidden behind all the paint. Yeah, they just painted right over it, right? So
Yeah.
see, this house was vacant for 2 years. There was no heat in here for 2 years. So a lot of the stuff just shattered. Like there's actually clean cuts, just clean cuts across just from it just breaking off.
Wow.
So bathroom was interesting for us because do we make it more of a modern, trendier bathroom? But again, we want to keep the character of the home. So we've now decided we're going to refinish this claw bathtub. Of course, change the vanity, change the colors in there. There is actually storage in there. I wouldn't touch that toilet. I don't think that toilet was flushed for 2.5 years.
Oh, is there something in the toilet?
I don't want to check. I think there is, but I'll probably smell the whole house. So
Don't open it.
Don't open it. There you go. There you go.
Open it, you bought it.
There we go.
Oh my god.
And definitely don't want to light a match either because I think
That's
this place will go.
disgusting. So we got a heat source right here.
Yeah. So right now we don't have any heat, so we're using a stove for heat. Okay, so
Nice and cozy.
so you can see this beautiful brick. So we're gonna have the sink right here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna actually push out the kitchen out closer to that window there. So we're actually gonna put a fridge there is the plan. It's gonna come across with nice cabinets. Sink's gonna be here, some more cabinet stuff. And then we're actually gonna put a oven in this corner here. On this side here, and some more cabinets, counter space. And then behind here is going to be the space to go in the basement, but eventually it's going to be its own washer, dryer, stackable. So yeah, so this is how they used to put these old homes together. So what they used to do is use mud, but I'm not sure if you guys can see it. There's actually hair on there. Okay, and what they used to actually use is horsehair. So that's how it was done back in the day. So the way this was before is there was actually some steps going upstairs, but they were not conforming. I could barely squeeze up there. I think they were like this narrow. You had to actually walk up sideways. Just wasted space, and upstairs became wasted. So sitting with my general contractor, coming with a game plan, and we opted to put this set of stairs here. So if you back up here, this was all closed off, like I said. This wasn't here before. So now what we've done is we've actually created space for that appreciation. So now we do have a true third bedroom upstairs. And as we start going upstairs, it shows you that we're actually creating more storage as well. That's also another hindrance with some of these older properties, there's not enough storage.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Like, in order to create the stairwell right here, how much did that cost you?
Well, I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy. So that's what's nice about the network. So this stairwell here probably wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Probably cost about $1,700.
Wow. Wow.
We're gonna have another door up here, and this door is gonna open into the third bedroom. So you can see here, we just changed that window. It's pretty warm in here. It's considering there's no heat in the house, but it's really warm in here, which is really nice.
It is very warm.
So it's well insulated. We don't take any shortcuts whatsoever. You can see how, like, these older homes, they were never square. Like, I don't know how these guys did it, but you can see the gaps in here. So this is not a shitty drywall job. This is just a shitty job of squaring the house, I guess. But again, it comes with the age of the home as well. And then what we decided to do is, because we had some space, let's...
Walk-in closet.
So here you go.
This is luxurious.
So you got a walk-in closet here. We opted to put a bathroom in here, but there just wasn't enough headroom and space. And this comes all the way around here. So there's a lot of storage here.
And it passes the ceiling height, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how much did this cost? To drywall everything?
You know, I don't know exactly how much this would cost itself.
Yeah.
Because everything is all lumped in. But you can see, actually, no, you know what, we're not going to refinish. I think we're going to put carpet up here. Just the kitchen alone?
Just the kitchen alone.
Oh. Mr. GC, what would we say on the high side? Because we always go high side. $5,000? So that's cabinets, not appliances at all.
Not appliances, yeah.
But and we keep it simple too, so.
Cabinets, counter, new sink, new taps.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Wow. I gotta hire your contract.
There we go. Got it busy. So as we go down here, so this is welcome to the shit show here.
Yeah.
You see where we're standing right here? But I'm gonna put a wall here, and this is where you're standing right here is gonna be a stackable washer and dryer. So they're gonna have their own stackable washer and dryer. This will be enclosed, and then here in the back will be the separate entrance. I think what's amazing about this property is this property was left vacant for 2 years. Not one piece of copper was actually stolen from this house.
Wow.
Which is now putting in a brand new boiler system. You can see it's all getting redone here, which is nice. Having a hot water tank coming in as well, which is nice. I put a washer and dryer here. But remember before we were talking about the unique things you can find in these properties? So,
oh, that's ridiculous.
yeah, this is a penis enlarger. So if someone,
Master gauge.
it says ample girth for the big man and the man he wants to be by the America's Pumpers Association. And then a nice bottle of Endowmax. They don't call it Endomax. Endowmax.
I remember the last time I came here, there was so much moisture and I can't even feel the dampness anymore.
Yeah,
They took down all the drywalls.
Yeah.
This is completely different.
Yeah, there was
to the last time I was here.
mold like nobody's business here. So you can see the older windows. Those windows are all going to be changed. So what we're gonna have in this area here is gonna be 1 bedroom. I put a door maybe on this side right here. This will take us into our 2nd bedroom. So we'll put at least 1 egress window in here. And then you can see already we have a new panel in here. So this is the panel that came with.
That's blown out fuses.
There you go. I wonder how many fuses blown up using that peanut enlargement device. So, and then here, like we had to get this all scrubbed, sprayed because of the mold. These are all boarded up here.
Yeah.
That's where the windows are. So we're gonna put the windows there, have another window there.
Were they broken?
And then the plan in this area we're standing in will be like a living space, like a living room. And then this wall is gonna be redone, of course, and we're gonna have a kitchen here. So when we were gutting, found old carpet down here, we ripped it out and we found some decent tile down here. So we're gonna see if we can salvage it, clean it up.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. This is a huge project, and you're killing it, dude.
Yeah,
You're actually killing it.
It's been a fun project. We've learned a lot with this. As we come up here, backyard. So this is interesting. It's a little milk door here. So back in the day, I guess you used to put your milk in there, and it used to open from the other side. So, anyways, I don't know. I like to keep some of the original character, as I've mentioned before in the tour. It's very unique. It's something different, provided it's not affecting the insulation inside the home. So.
It's actually a huge backyard.
Yeah.
That's what's amazing about
Let's
it.
see if there's any skunks in here that should be funny. No, watch it.
Have you ever opened it?
That was open before. Someone could be living in here, that's fine. We won't disturb them.
So
Charge them rent too. But that's all gonna get cleaned out. The one thing that we do definitely have to do here is you can see this massive tree that's actually growing over top of the home. So we're actually working on getting that completely removed. It's just more of a safety hazard, especially if there's an ice storm. The last thing I want is that falling on the house. And also we got issues with the gutters up there with all the leaves falling in there. Like we have a beautiful deck, and this is gonna be, once we clean this all up, we're gonna put some pavers in there and then have a nice walkway for a secondary entrance to the basement suite.
how much would something like removing this tree cost?
It's not cheap, that's for sure. But to get our permits, yeah, I'm aiming. I've been told anywhere from $2 to $3 grand. That's what I've been told. So I like to aim high, only because I'm ready, just in case. So
just alone in the backyard, how much money would you be investing to fix up?
Well, this here, I mean, in the back here, we got to change some of the planks here, which aren't too bad. It just needs more of a cleanup. Yeah, not much here actually, to be honest with you guys. I'm actually very fortunate with this. So if anything, it's going to be more manual labor. This was actually, could have been used as as we'll call it a garden, if you know where I'm going with this, because there's a lot of power in here. There's actually has its own electrical panel. I see this as the opportunity to rent out a garage with power, heat it up, probably get about $150 a month extra on this. You know, one of my other properties, one of my contractors actually found, we found newspaper from 1904. We found, advertising from that era. We found medicine bottles, wine bottles. My contractors actually found a bayonet from the First World War. Yeah. So there's some very cool things in these areas, and I just love investing in homes this area, because I'm a firm believer in these areas are just the character of the original city, and they become wastelands. And I mean, pushing the rents quite high. I'm a firm believer when I advertise a rent, and if someone's not trolling me on Facebook, on Marketplace or whatever, saying I'm crazy with what am I thinking about doing, then my rents aren't high enough. And I just gear my rents to be high because I'm bringing, higher professionals into something.
100%.
And that's the thing. So, and it's a great way of weeding out, some of the tenants that are just gonna be there to waste your time.
Especially when you add so much value as you've been doing into the home, like building a second or a third room on the loft.
Yeah.
Which is huge. It takes a lot of money to do that, right?
Absolutely.
So that's so much more value added. And
absolutely. Well, these are my homes. That's why I look at them. These are my homes. I should be able to go and sleep in them. And the one thing I didn't add before, which is very, very important about the numbers, is that I got a VTB at 6 points. So I'm basically only have to come up with $18,000 in my own pocket. The renovations I'm doing this, I actually got other people's money, so OPM. So I know Matt's done some great videos on it. Ben Marushan's done some great stuff on it with Cashflow Tribe. I have someone funding my renovations. I'm paying interest only. I'm paying 12 points.
12 points.
But you know what? I'm okay with that because it's the cost of doing business. when I refinance this thing, like I said, this thing is, I could pay all that back and still come out with quite a bit of profit. So it's out there, and you just have to be, you know, fair with the numbers. That's it. You definitely have to change the fence here. That's not a legal fence. That will have to be redone.
All right, guys, we're here to an end. Right now, we just finished up the tour and breaking down the numbers. Thank you so much, 72 Real Estate Investors. Where can they find you?
I guess I'm told I'm everywhere. So you can find me on Instagram, 72 Real Estate Investor. You can find me on YouTube, 72 Real Estate Investor. You can find me on my podcast, the 72 Real Investor podcast. So I tend to be everywhere. This has been a great tour. Really enjoyed this time with Shahir, and I want to say thank you for all the support, Mr. Matt McKeever.
Beautiful. Hey guys, so if you really enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. We love your support, and hit that notification bell for new videos that are going to be coming out. Now, you guys can also give me a follow on Instagram at Sheer Ethic. I post a lot of wholesaling content, so I'll catch you there. Thank you so much for coming out, 72. Very, very thankful.
Pleasure.
Thanks again to Shahir and 72 Investor for breaking down this deal and really explaining how everyone can win when it comes to wholesaling real estate. Oftentimes we find there's a lot of misinformation and misunderstandings in regards to what a wholesaler is, what they do, and I mean even what value they provide. So I hope this glimpse into a wholesale deal and how it's evolving for that investor really helps you understand exactly what value wholesalers bring to, I guess, investors, private sellers, and the general economy in general. If you guys enjoyed this, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel, and make sure you check out all the other great Canadian wholesale oriented content we got here, like this video series on wholesale wars. Otherwise, if you just want great general Canadian real estate investing advice, check out this video down here, and I'll see you guys in the next YouTube video.